The Old Man and the Horse. Years ago, on the outskirts of the village of white cottages that glistened like sun after ice storm, in the crystal blue air of a green and fertile valley that creased snow-capped mountains that formed the border of a rural area whose name was mostly vowels. In fact, that was its name, rural area. A gray-haired farmer had a strong blue-eyed son and a beautiful white stallion. Kings and princes came great distances and tried to buy the horse. The old man would tell them, "The horse is my friend. The horse is not for sale." If one or two of them made offers on the son, that fact went unrecorded. The villagers with their quaint feathered hats would come out from the white cottages to the rolling green meadows to badger the old man. "Don't be a fool, old man," they would say. "With their gold you could buy 1,000 white horses." The old man said, "The horse is not for sale." The villagers shook their heads and went home muttering abusive rural Aryan proverbs like, "Old men don't know from soup." One morning the stallion was gone. When the sun set orange-red behind the purple mountains in the evening, he was in his accustomed place, lord of the high pastures. But when the sun rose yellow above the east ridge in the morning, he was gone. Being hoarse, he left no explanation. The villagers rushed out to the meadows saying, "We were right, and now a terrible thing has happened." And the old man said, "I don't know that a terrible thing has happened. True, the horse is gone, but I don't know that that's a terrible thing." The villagers threw up their hands and went off exclaiming, "Surely the faculties of this old man have wandered off amiably." Some rural Aryan idioms resist translation. 10 days later, the stallion came back from the mountains leading 10 wild horses, each more beautiful than the last. The villagers donned their colorful hats and ambled out to the farm saying, "Old man, we were right, but you were even more right than we were. For now a wonderful thing has happened." And the old man said, "Well, I don't know that a wonderful thing has happened. I only know that the horse came back leading 10 wild horses behind him, but I don't know that that's a wonderful thing." And the villagers slammed their feathered hats down, shouting, "This old man is seriously muddled, inoperable." The gray-headed man and his strong blond son went to work training the wild horses. The 10th horse threw the son and trampled him, breaking both his legs. The villagers processed out to the farm saying, "We were right, but you were even more right than we were. For now a terrible thing has happened." And the old man said, "Well, I don't know that a terrible thing has happened. True, my son has 2 broken legs, but I don't know that that's a terrible thing." And the villagers jumped up and down on their hats, which were still there from the last time, the terrible rural Aryan curse, "May the gods render this old man feckless, if not worse. And why is he talking like Sean Connery?" And stormed back to their gleaming cottages thinking about torches and pitchforks. 10 days later, war broke out. Rural Aryan soldiers in their handsome yellow coats came sweeping through the village, sparkling cottage by sparkling cottage, taking all the able-bodied young men to fight a meaningless, bloody border battle. Everybody knew they were bound to lose. The army did not take the old man's son because, of course, he had 2 broken legs. That's all that I know of the story. But I hope that in the years that followed, the villagers wore a brown path over the grass to the farm, drawn by everything that is not known. I think that would have been a very good thing. But I admit, I could be wrong.